This podcast is aimed at older audiences, so if you're not 18 or plus, this is not for you. If you happen to still watch it, then that is on your own head, be it, and we take no responsibility for any of the things that you will hear during this podcast. Titties.
Titties.
Hey.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. OnlyFans content.
Yeah.
Lack thereof today. And OnlyFans content.
But speaking of which, by the time this goes live,
We have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I wonder how that shit happened, Ash.
Hey, there's not going to be any tasteful side boob this time.
No.
Sadly.
Unfortunately, yes.
But we do have Slick Fuckboy.
Yeah, you do have Slick Fuckboy.
All right.
That gets it for some people, so.
I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. It was quite the emotional roller coaster for a couple of you, if not nearly the entire party.
Fuck you, fuck Ash, fuck metagame knowledge. God damn.
I mean, it's not my fault. I had the perfect opportunity to display some of my character's issues.
Oh, it was well done.
It was very well done.
Very tasteful.
This is an 18 plus
Don't worry about that. I have all of that dealt with. So
right, no, I'm just gonna remember to remind myself, because that's part of why we said it in the beginning, was so that I could remember. I still need to put trigger warnings. By the way, trigger warning in front of probably everything I say.
Are we allowed to do that?
I sure. Fuck it, why not?
I'm only saying that because I've been doing some seriously intense RP across all boards so far. And trigger warning, I pick heavy topics.
No
Sorry.
shit.
Yeah,
Enjoy them.
So do I. It's why this campaign contains a lot of deep shit.
Yes.
This is
I'm
the
not
first time
talking-
that This is the first time I'm playing a character that isn't deeply flawed, like traumatically flawed.
Excuse me.
The most wholesome.
So for those who are wondering what the fuck that was, Ash's cat decided to have a quick 3-second zoomy episode across her desk.
Literally right in front of me. Like,
you were not paying attention to her.
Now all of America is.
and insert any other countries here, because I haven't seen any stats as to who's listening to this nonsense.
I actually haven't seen any of the stats either.
Good.
You
can't look at the stats.
Why?
Because focusing on stats is bad.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. So
Have we derailed you enough, Jess? Should we
Oh.
try some more?
Hey, another announcement we can do.
Oh,
We have an email now.
we do. So
If you have any reason to want to email us, here's our email.
Questions,
yeah,
comments, complaints.
I actually forgot what it was
It's
myself. off the top of my head.
3.5mendnd@gmail.com.
I'll put it in the comments. So that, basically,
Trash.
that's permission for you to, I don't know, fan fiction maybe.
If there isn't a fan fiction for the short one and the barbarian in the next 30 days, I'm gonna be heartbroken.
Oh wow.
Heartbroken.
Now I have
Fan art.
immediate questions as to fan fiction from a
I don't.
halfling and
I've seen-
a 6'2" Asma as how that's gonna work.
Exactly why
Nope.
I want to see
I have
it.
answers. I have answers. It involves a Game of Thrones reference and one very large man's
Thank
wife.
you, Joe.
Blinks blankly. Ash with a look of disgust on her face.
Oh no, I just got added on the RP server to roll for something, and I'm not paying attention to that because I'm paying attention to this. And
girl.
I'm very confused because I do actually have to roll. and scared. Y'all, do you understand how terrifying it is when a GM tells you, please roll a d20?
Yes.
Yep.
On many levels.
Every weekend we play Pathfinder.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
every weekend we play this too.
Can we just put like, not that they can see, but like how fucking long my hair's getting now.
I need to get you a hair straightener.
I have one. I just decided not to because I nearly burnt my face off.
I mean, learn how to use it.
I
I
used
should
to
learn how
know.
to
My hand-eye
straighten hair.
coordination on myself is kind of piss poor. Anyway, we are here to play the D&D. I am here to ruin all your lives.
I'm doing that just fine on my own, thanks.
You're stalling. You're stalling hard.
You are stalling hard just because you don't want certain things to happen. So who wants to recap from last week?
Last week, we did the SADs, and now we're on our way to go get me recaptured.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's reward money.
And I'm not super excited about it.
All right, so the end of last week, you guys decided on your best plan of action, and it involves what some would call D&D party mistake 101 and split the party.
Never split the party. Hey, what's the first thing we did?
Split the party.
Sorry.
Actually, the first thing you did was try and adopt a 9-year-old boy.
His dad's not dead yet. We can't adopt him until he's dead.
Wow. Right.
Just saying.
Well,
So-
also, for people who didn't listen to last week or might have missed that detail, we're not killing the dad.
No, they are not. They are absolutely not. It is just the grand circle of life doing what the circle of life does.
Is that a dimple that I've acquired?
That is a dimple.
Sorry, I got so distracted by myself right there.
Horrible.
I have one right there. So 3 of you decided to venture forth. One of you finally learned the wild shape thing and
Yay.
transformed into the semi-half-assed, didn't quite fully commit to leg day chicken.
But I got it right.
But you got it right.
It wasn't like some kind of rainbow monster chicken or anything weird. It was an actual chicken. Really
In fact,
pleased.
it was an actual chicken. Which, for your sake, should you wish to blend in with a crowd of a specific animal, you better hope that people don't want to eat that particular animal and you end up going to the chopping block.
Well, that thought crossed my mind. In fact, it did while I was said chicken.
So just to ease Jeannie's mind on that one, you have the full health amount as the chicken, and when that depletes, you immediately revert back to your halfling self, unless you spend another use of your wild shape to reset that health bar and stay.
It's just
whatever
like
that
Echo's
triggers.
alt.
All the same, I really
Yeah.
don't want people trying to feather me. Just not.
It's
Just
just like
a-
Echo's alt.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
can probably be feathered.
Just stick
Or
her in the
defeathered.
guillotine. Gone.
No, not interested in the experience. Thanks.
Near
Alright.
death experiences aren't your thing.
All right, so
I want to make a
Orpheus.
joke about no. I
Orpheus,
that was too
Genie,
far.
and Beck, you say your temporary goodbyes and see you later, and you make your way to the prison cells. You follow the path down to the entrance where the guards come in to feed the slaves at this point, and You follow a staircase that has one door, which is quickly labeled down to the where you started. It's the same kind of door, and the second flight of stairs enters the cell block, of which there are two big, burly, muscular type creatures stood outside the door.
I need a prop. Hold on.
Well, excuse you.
Yeah. I
And
wasn't sure if it was over.
and Ash has gone to get some handcuffs, no doubt.
One can hope.
One can hope. What?
I approve.
Uh-huh.
You should check my chat in Discord. 3.5.
Something choking chicken, something dark side. She actually
Hold on.
I mean, if you wanted to be tied up and handcuffed, you could have just called Graf.
Close your mouth, Graf.
Graf. Okay. Is this the OnlyFans content for this week already?
I mean, I'm being led back to being in prison, so
I
would
won't
leave
lie.
you
I
in a lot
am
of different
mildly
places.
derailed and distracted right now.
okay, here, I'll fix that.
But feel free not to.
I mean, technically so am I, but you don't see me going for the belt.
Yeah, but you're hidden.
No, I'm not.
No, she
I'm
hasn't used
behind
it
you.
yet. Well, you can hide behind them because you can hide behind creatures one size bigger than you.
Height.
Right. That's the thing.
But technically,
That OnlyFans info?
Okay.
is it hot in here? Or is it just
Oh
me?
my fucking god. What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, we will get back to scheduled programming momentarily. Please hold.
10 or 15 minutes. Just give us like 10 or 15 minutes.
I mean,
For the people
Is
that
that
are going to be
each?
getting this OnlyFans content, so OnlyFans content on, there is now a adhesive hook behind the camera so that I can hook this.
Where I chime in, I'm even watching this right now.
So I can hook that back there and tug.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Okay.
not getting anything done this week.
No, we absolutely are.
tug. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I only have two hands, so I can't really
So-
do anything else with that right now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Now we have a death on fucking set.
I appreciate that boosting confidence, but you'll only need one hand.
And OnlyFans content for pre-game starting.
Yep.
That's the energy we have today.
Believe it or not, right? We started relatively calm and chill.
And
Ash
relatively on
had a
time.
headache. Ash had a headache. I was adulting and doing things that took slightly longer than I expected.
I thought I had some epic contouring going on, but no, it's just a dimple.
Graph was hyper focusy in other stuff. And I was like, okay, today's going to be relatively chill. Nope, surprise, bitch.
Oh no, my headache went away when I started drinking water.
No, imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
Also blame Ash.
I mean, I showed up masculinely dressed today, so don't entirely blame
And then
me.
immediately became
Approve.
submissive choir boy.
Oh, shit.
Hold on, I need to find a Bible.
No,
Oh god.
definitely not.
Y'all don't realize
What,
how
Jews
funny that
witness?
is.
Oh, I fucking do.
The Jehovah's Witnesses wear white shirts. Does that make you a Judas Witness?
Only if I'm Judas Priest.
I can't even.
I mean,
Kiss me, mommy.
So I'm gonna just say this: you guys can keep going. Well, when I have to go.
I think there might be plans to at this point. Okay, shall we
let the
try
bathroom
again? Take 3, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I'm being led. I'm recaptured. I am being led to get like recaptured.
Yes.
And
I'm going
last
with you.
that's where I'm taking you.
last I knew, Jeannie was hiding behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Walking
gone up.
behind you.
You've gone up 2 flights of stairs and you see two big, burly, muscular creatures stood guard.
I'm doing this. I'm gonna demonstrate and then I'm gonna verbalize.
Okay.
I have my hands in front of me because I'm captured, and I'm just looking down and like shuffling my feet slowly, and I'm not arguing. I'm not combative.
Okay.
I'm trying to play captured gladiator as well as possible.
Roll a performance check.
Okay. I wish I could take my phone and take a picture, but it landed between my phone and my keyboard. Rolled a 19.
Okay.
And that'll be plus my charisma, which is freaking gorgeously high. That'll be a 24. 25. I can't math.
Jesus Christ, you have a +6. Holy shit. That is very nice. That is very nice. I mean, I trust you. I trust you. So, Jeannie, are you trying to hide behind Orpheus?
You're muted, honey.
No shit.
Tech, come back to me.
Okay. Beck. What
I am.
is your demeanor at this point? I think it's the correct word to use. How are you escorting the prisoner?
Roughly and aggressively.
Oh. The first thing I'm gonna do now that I know that we're out and about and could be walked up on at any point in time is I'm going to activate my Mask of Many Faces, one of my warlock abilities,
Okay.
so that I can disguise myself. Having seen all the different guards and corpses that they kind of tossed down, I don't want to replicate any of them, but I want to kind of look like I could be any of them.
Okay.
Vaguely familiar by taking like eye shape from this guy, maybe a nose from that guy, ears of that third dude, just so that I'm familiar enough that it won't be difficult or as difficult to pretend like I'm one of them
Okay.
without being exactly somebody that they may know that they've kind of chucked in a pit for
Yeah.
the slaves to bury.
Okay. So your appearance now looks like it's not your first day, but you're not exactly a veteran of that place either. You're kind of caught between, oh, I know you, and who the fuck is this guy? So you're not very fine line. Is the best way I could do it. Your does a mask of many faces allow you to change skin color? Your scales?
It lets me, I could change everything from my clothes, my height, my
Okay.
weight. I could literally go from being tall, slender, I could look like the himbo,
Okay.
whatever. My
So
physical form does not change.
okay.
There's effectively an illusion. So if I made myself
Okay.
taller and somebody went to slap my forehead's not there, they're going to slap through the illusion.
Okay.
And it's going to
So
become really apparent really quickly. So I don't want to alter height or weight or anything like that too much.
okay.
I've got my tail kind of like tucked up and wrapped around me as best I can, making myself a little plumper to go along with that extra
All right.
weight, that extra girth my tail might have provided. I put a little bit of thought into it just to try and make it as low key as possible. I
Okay.
don't want to like I don't
Yep.
want to come across looking like himbo and have somebody challenge me to an arm wrestling match and find out that I'm more like Genie.
Okay. So you grow a couple of inches taller, and you put on an extra 5 or 10 pounds. Um, but you look like you're kind of a lightweight version of the himbo. Genie.
Okay, so I've double checked, and I can have at this point 2 total hours, 2 different uses of wild shape,
Okay.
um, and then just a short rest will give those back to me. So I'm going to petition the DM for intermittent uses of those hour-long spells.
So you want to pop one for an hour, then pop another one at some point.
No, what I want to do is say I've got a total of 2 hours for the day.
Okay.
I want to use 5 to 10 minutes here and 5 to 10 minutes there and track it.
Or like 30 minutes.
I'll
Sure.
allow 30 minutes.
Or
Okay.
15, because that's breaking it down into eighths.
I'll
But I'm
allow
different shapes.
I'll allow 15, but once you want for the first time that you wild shape
Mm-hmm.
for that entire broken up hour, that will be the same shape that you wild form into. You can't go to a different one.
Got it. I can work with that.
So basically it turns into 8 potential uses over the course of one 24-hour period.
Right. Or till the next sleep. And then
Until the next long rest. From one long rest to the next, basically.
Yeah. And actually it's short rest. I don't even need the full
I'm only saying long rest because you're probably not going to do it that many times.
Right. Especially not considering the whole like roll thing. So 15-minute increments I can work with, and I'm gonna stick with the local fauna. So as soon as we are about to engage with these bouncers, I'm behind both of them, behind the Dragonborn and the Barbarian, fairly well hidden. I'm gonna go for a little black rat.
Okay.
Just enough to sneak by, because I've on the way up, I have decided that it's really, really dumb for me to also get caught too, and I hate it, and I want to get away with not doing that. So I'm gonna be a rat any chance I get, see if I can sort of sneak in, and maybe I don't get caught.
Okay, so your wild shape, I guess that you're basically calling for the foreseeable future until told me otherwise, is a black rat.
Yes, ma'am.
10-4. All right. So I'm not gonna make you roll. You've done it once. It was pretty good. Your emotions are still high. You're a black
Goddamn
rat.
they are. Cool.
You are a skittery little shit.
Perfect.
Who's turned into a black rat?
Listen, I play to my strengths.
All right. So as you approach, Orpheus did feel Jeannie's presence, only to not, and you kind of figured that she'd done what she said she was going to do.
Yeah, no, I totally just assume she's hiding as best as she can because I'm not that smart.
Yeah. So Jeannie, you're now a tiny itty bitty black rat. What are you doing?
Nope. Skittering to the walls and staying in the shadows, watching the whole thing.
Okay. So you find a nice little spot that's completely black and it's perfect camouflage. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
9.
Plus, don't you adopt the stat block of
Yes.
the creature that you transformed into?
But you also get all your innate abilities. So because she's a
Yes.
halfling, she still has I don't know if it's a circumstance or an advantage bonus
hiding behind
to
people.
hiding behind things
Yep.
and people.
Yep.
So I got +2, so it's 11 with my
Okay.
dex.
So let me quickly find a rat, because no doubt rat will have a stealth bonus. Or not. Okay. That works. So you said 11.
Yeah, 11. I do
Okay.
get dark vision though, so that's awesome.
Yep. Oh, I was also looking at.
Advantage on perception
Yep.
if it relies on smell, which everything in this place smells.
But
oh my
you
God.
also have 1 health.
Yeah. Squishy thing.
Yes.
Staying out of the way.
Yep.
Eyes only.
Yep. So just make note of that.
Beck, what's your spell called?
What?
You broke up. What's your spell called?
Which one?
The one that makes you look like other people.
Mask of Many Faces.
It's an ability. I think it's Mask of Many Faces. I forget what it's actually called.
It's, yeah. Very nice, Ash. I approve.
I mean, I'm captured right now, so
Maybe I just want to keep you captured.
I mean, they're gonna put me in a cage. That's a completely different way of restricting my movement.
Yeah, it is Mask of Many Faces. I can cast Disguise Self, Dispel at will without a spell slot.
I
Alright, cool.
recognized that face grab.
All right. So, Beck, are you at the front or are you at the back?
More of a side by side.
Okay.
You don't normally lead a prisoner with them behind you, and if they're in front of you, then you're stuck behind them if something goes wrong. So it's more of a side by side thing. Like, has leather strapping and is got it nice and tight so that there's no slipping loose like that. And is,
To be fair, this is pleather.
you know what I mean. And is just escorting Orpheus all the way up.
So as you approach the two big burly creature looking one is a battered up dragonborn. He's got scars galore, scales
Can't actually
missing.
stand here like this.
That's fine. It's fine. He has scales missing, scars, a clouded over eye, and is about 6'4" and 230 pounds of oh my god muscle. He's the kind of bouncer that you would want at a nightclub if you wanted to scare away people. The other one is more of a skinny thing, but still tall. He's about the same height, about 120, and has more of the athletic look. And they're covered in blood-spattered, patchy leather armor, holding a halberd and a spear. Halt.
What do you mean, halt?
Where did you find him?
Don't you see who I have?
Where did you find him?
With the slaves, you idiots.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
EA charisma checks.
Swear to God, if he says nat 20. It's a fucking nat 20! For fuck's sake!
Nat 20 with a +5.
Sorry. Sorry. As you were, and they both immediately stand to attention, and you see the Dragonborn put his hand on a stone that opens up the door. The stone gets pushed inside, and you hear the stone grinding against stone as it opens up. The door itself does have iron bars about 2.5, 3 inches thick. And you are now in the prison. It is dark. It is cold. You hear the piercing screams of prison. You even hear groans. You hear the cries of help and pleas of innocence. The floor, it's relatively clean, all things considered. The lower you go, the dirtier it gets. So right now you're relatively clean. This is where everybody's contained and things are a little bit more relaxed in the sense of security, because nobody can break out, supposedly. So, where you are on the Roll20 map is in fact where you end up. That is where we'll leave you. Ares, are you around, friend? JD? Furball?
He said that we should just continue with what we're doing because he had to go do his thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that early already? Okay, holy shit. So we'll continue with you guys when Ares gets back. We'll work with him for a little while. So, where are we going, Beck?
Well, we've got Genie the rat.
Speaking of which, Genie, when you notice the door open, what are we doing?
I'm gonna scurry inside before they even get a chance to
Alright.
go in themselves.
So let me just see. Yep, nope. Wow, nobody. Actually, hold on. What about the other one? Fucking same thing. All right. Yeah, no, they don't see shit. They all have 3 perception. They didn't even see you up across the wall. In you go. Kind of like a cat going places where they shouldn't.
Yep.
Keyboards.
Clack, 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 clack. All right, so you are, in fact, a rat. And you're stood next to Beck and Orpheus.
When you say next to, I'm giving their feet a pretty wide berth. I'm not interested in accidentally getting stepped on.
Okay, well,
But
you're
yes,
behind
I
them
am-
then.
Yeah, I'm sticking near the walls, but I'm staying close to them.
Okay. So back. Where to?
I'm gonna turn to the more senior one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna ask wh- which way the shift boss is. That way, they can kind of give me a general direction to start heading towards, so that I don't look suspicious going down the wrong hallway on accident.
He looks at you confused and has no fucking clue of what you're saying. His expression turns slightly dumb and just shrugs. Mm.
Yeah, I can see how you missed him, and we'll pick a hallway and start going down it. The one that we're looking down is as good as any.
So go heading east or heading south?
This
Okay, heading east. Okay. So for this point, I just move it freely, and we'll play it from there. Because this is
go
quite
part
a
of the way
big
down the
spot.
hall.
This is
Okay.
quite a big map.
I can't move everybody, so
Yeah, no, that's fine.
and I'm trying to not move too quick because I know that I have a way longer range of vision than they do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know if they can still see me or if I've gone black on them.
You could give Beck the ability to move my character because my character
Yes.
is currently being led by them.
I don't know which one's yours. The grade one?
Give me a hot second. Where are we?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the ASMR.
I'm more tan than that, though.
It's just a fucking token.
Right, I'm
Damn
just pointing out I look better than that.
All right,
Yeah, you
there we
do.
go.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. There you go. You should be able to move Orpheus.
Oh, and it shows me like grayed out stuff that Orpheus can't see.
Cool. Yeah, that's the new lighting system for Roll20. All right. So when you approach that corner, it branches off into a T junction. If you headed south, you can see a bench and what looks to be another turning just opposite, with another turning to the right before that. It's there's a guard here and a guard here. If you could see those pings, they seem to be semi-relaxed, and intermittently they will start patrolling the area again. This one, the first one that you would see, does a 180 and marches out of sight. The other one turns towards you and starts walking up. Is completely minding his own business, doing his job.
All I'm doing is my job.
Yep.
So, and then what's done this way? Is there anything that I can see? This is the
It's just more corridor as far as the eye can see. As I said, it's a very, very dark prison. There isn't a whole lot of light given.
doesn't need the light.
This is true.
Well, I'm gonna head down this way.
Okay. I love Graf's movement with her token and roll 20. Literally Peter Pettigrew style.
Skittering across the grounds.
Yep.
I told
As
you that's what I was doing, and that's what I'm doing, by George.
yep. Oh, I felt weird. Hearing you say. I know it's not aimed at me,
Apologies.
but
No,
it's
that's not what
fine.
I meant.
I know it's not. It just felt weird. Felt very weird.
Apologies.
Mine was whiskey induced.
So as the distance between you and the other guard closes, the other guard looks at you and grunts and gives you the nod.
I'll nod back.
What's the perception threshold to tell whether or not you're an illusion or your current appearance is an
You would
illusion?
literally have to be touching me.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's you would have to have. I would have to get the disguise self spell in front of me.
Okay.
Because it doesn't actually detail the spell for me. Give me a second.
What's an item?
Library. But basically what it gave me the descriptions was that they basically have to like actively touch me. Like I look like the person unless they are close enough to interact with me. I forget what level spell that is. Like physically interact, not just head nod.
So Ashley's casually just tapping her fingers away while still strapped to.
Yeah, no, I've tied myself to my own wall so that I can remind myself that I am presently a captured prisoner.
All right, so let me. Where is it? Is it in the player's handbook? I think it is, isn't it? That spell.
I pulled it
disguise
up
self.
in Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, okay. What does it say?
Changes wrought by this spell fail to hold up to physical inspection. So, in other words, they have to touch me,
Okay,
like touch my
cool.
face and things like that
Yep,
to be
that's
able
fine.
to notice things.
Cool. Simple nod. Goes about his job. He reaches the top of the corridor and just stands there. He lights. He pulls out some cigarettes and just lights one. He's just stood there leaning up against the wall. Kind of half-assed, not really doing his job. There's not really no reason to. Everybody's walked up.
Can I interact with that person?
Yeah.
Like he's just lit a
I'm not
cigarette.
stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can I get one of those before I get locked back up?
Pulls out the packet from his armor, just the shake one out kind of thing, and puts the box with the one
I gotta sit back down.
with the one out and waits for you to take it with your mouth. You failed, pothead.
Too much chapstick
You
on
can't
it
even
fell
smoke
right out.
pot right. That is a new level of stoner.
No, I literally just put a bunch of chapstick on and then tried to.
And it just slips out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts it up and says, I guess you need a light with that. And he just goes with his breath.
Thanks, man.
All right, so you're now puffing a cigarette.
The rat sneezes.
The guard. Does he hear a rat sneeze? Nope, apparently not. Not with a 2.
I'll try asking this guard as well which direction to control.
Control's not on this floor. There isn't
Right.
there isn't enough space.
No, I don't mean like the control room for all the like spells and wards and things like that, but control for where the guards would get through without, if there was a prison break, the inmates coming through. Holding, I guess, would be a for it. Because
Oh.
I don't know if this is Orpheus's floor. I don't know where they're planning on putting him. They may be putting him back in with the arena.
For a head boss.
Oh, you want? Oh, you want that one?
I gotta figure out where he's gotta go, and
Oh,
I don't,
you on the
I don't
wrong
know.
floor.
I just know this is the one that was. This is the one that was missing.
Oh yeah, this is where we keep everybody who's not involved in the fights. He looks up at the big guy and is like, "Oh, it's him." Down one
Yeah.
floor.
Down one floor. Which way is the stairs again? I always get fucking turned around bringing the slaves dinner.
Keep going up, turn left, straight, basically the way you came in. So one way in, one way out for prisoners. You
So
basically
keep
just-
going straight down this way and then to the left.
So you just basically go back the way you came.
Okay.
And for argument's sake, I'm gonna just do this real quick. You can feel free to move in just a hot second. Copy. This is the one that you wanted. There you go. And then for fresh touch, that one. You should be able to see it now. There's a whole lot of. There we go. Look familiar?
Okay, I see.
What's that in the corner?
Don't fucking worry about it.
But I can see it.
Don't fucking worry about it.
How about over here?
No,
Over here?
over here.
Don't fucking worry about it, okay?
It's for later.
I mean, those things you already saw. They just weren't like that before.
Well, JD and I seen them, but
Oh, in that case, roll perception.
Rolling 2, because I'm a rat.
Yep.
Why do my dice hate me?
14.
you want to
Okay.
borrow?
8. I have 8.
Well,
Unless it's something to do with smells, and then I get.
I mean, if you want advantage on smell, it's gonna smell like a whole lot like death.
No, thank you.
So, Orpheus, when you walk down the stairs, you catch a glimpse through the bars, and it looks humanoid. Looks a little dumb, but it's humanoid.
I mean, I know what it is.
But Orpheus does not. All right. I know that they smashed the ones to the north east of here, and we smashed the ones to the northwest of here. So I wonder which ones I would need to take them to, unless they would have rebuilt them. So I guess the next thing is to just go to those areas.
Okay. Well, lead the way. That moment when your player says, "The fuck is that?" Don't fucking worry about it.
Dumb shit my DM says.
Alright, so that suit
As we
of
approach
armor that
this-
you came across before, he doesn't really seem to pay you any attention. It's like they have a memory and kind of recognizes the fact that there's somebody in chains.
Okay, cool.
Don't follow me. I'm a rat.
We know.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's just that I'm moving 2 tokens at a time and then adjusting my screen and then moving 2 tokens.
Alright.
Are these cages intact again or no?
They're actually brand spanking new.
Alright.
Dang it!
They are in fact like prejudice that word that I can't fucking say.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, they like completely cleaned, new locks, everything, and they're just sat there on the ground, bolted down. Aww.
Sit
Sat
down.
there on the ground, bolted down.
Oh,
Am I in a
Nice.
cage now?
You're about to be.
I don't know that I have keys to lock them.
They were. You don't need the key because it's a pull bolt with the padlock. They were. It's not locked because there's nobody in there.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take the key that I have and try it in the padlock just to see if it works. Or see if it would even fit before I try shoving it in there.
Not even
I'll
remotely.
make sure it's going to fit first. Okay. Just checking. I am going to lock it. But
Okay.
then in Draconic, I will call out to Jeannie. Hopefully
Okay.
she's smart enough to not actually come running up and be like, yes.
I mean, she's currently a rat. I don't think she will. Unless you're just gonna see a rat on its hind legs looking up at you.
That's fine. These locks are brand new, but ice expand or water expands when it's frozen. Metal does not.
I'm gonna go back to halfling form.
Okay. So at this point, I'll say that the first 15 minutes is done.
Got it.
Is this a barrel or is it like a shitter?
It's a barrel that contains the shitter.
Never mind.
It's kind of like the
What
one
about
that
this
you
thing?
saw at the beginning. It's a stool.
It's a stool. Never mind again.
What's behind me?
Uh,
Keep it.
that's where they put the corpses before they move them.
Cool. Cool.
All right. So,
Understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes. I I can put water in there, you can freeze it, it can explode the lock. We don't need a key. That's what you're saying, right?
You can put water in there, and then it doesn't. I don't think Create Water specifies that it has to be liquid water.
I'm going to go and say it's going to require liquid water because it doesn't make any sense for a druid at level 2 or 3 to just randomly throw ice.
Hold on, I am I in the cage yet, or am I not in the
Mhm.
cage yet?
Yes.
Okay,
You're
so
in
this
the
is
cage.
what. Tell me how this comes off.
You are chastised, motherfucker.
What do you mean comes off?
How does he take it off?
It's just how I like him.
He doesn't.
Do I get tied up like to a bar then?
No, if
the
you reach your hands through the bars now that you're in there, he'll undo them for you. Even though it's probably not what the rest of the guards would want, considering what you did to the first guy that came up on you.
I'm not gonna reach through, but I am going to like tug it a little to try to get a little slack before you tie it to something. So
okay.
like
Okay, so
Don't want me to untie it?
he wants to get just enough slack so that theoretically, if my plan works and somebody comes to get him, he can stick his arms through with the slack and choke a bitch.
So what
Okay.
Jane's gonna say while he's doing that is, yes, that's good. Leave him so he can get his hands out, because I seen him destroy an entire cage with his bare hands. I don't think we need a lock. I don't think we need a key for the lock, is what I'm saying. I feel like we can
Okay.
figure it out.
Beck
And
was
if
just
you're here, then
overthinking
you can just
things, as
freeze it.
always. Yeah, if I'm
Mr.
here.
Silver Dragonborn, you can just freeze it. It'll be fine. We'll figure this out. The only real problem is if I get caught. And I glance at the
Well,
pallet behind me.
I would just do my best to get comfortable out of sight the best you can. From there, I suppose I would want to try to, now that prisoner's secured,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to go and try and locate, well, I know that they've got like a break room this way, so I'm going to come this way
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can meet with anybody in here.
Okay. When you approach, there is about 4 to 6 guards, different races, weapons on their backs, basically drinking and eating, and it's not just a casual lunch. They're kind of really slacking off and drinking alcohol.
Yeah, I don't care what they're drinking. Like Beck just wants to like try and figure out where he needs to be going from there.
Okay.
They're probably gonna assume that he's being extra, and because he's not gonna be as lax as they are about things, he's not gonna reprimand them for the alcohol drinking, but he is gonna be like, I just brought back the one that we were looking for the last couple of days. Locked him up in the new cells on the, I don't, Beck
Good.
might know what direction that is, but
Right
I
side.
don't physically know what direction it is.
Right side.
The right side?
Yep. In the northeast. In the northeast cell block.
In the northeast cell block for up here, you know, the one that they were looking for the fights that got out and choked and destroyed that guy's throat.
They all cheer and smash mugs together and start throwing back the alcohol. They really fucking don't care, but they're like they're good that you got him back.
Where do I need to turn my report in at?
We'll tell the boss. Don't worry. We'll tell him.
Mentally, Orpheus is thinking, ha, they're gonna take credit for this.
They're absolutely going to take credit for this. All right. I'm going to continue to patrol and walk around then trying to find it myself, since they're not being entirely helpful.
Okay.
Now we've split the party again.
It's like the DM planned this.
Yeah, this is what the
With
DM
a
wanted.
capital R.
Rude.
Gonna come back up this way
Okay.
just to check and see if these cages were rebuilt too.
They have in fact been rebuilt.
These ones weren't
replaced.
destroyed. It was just the locks and the
Yeah. Brand spanking
the
new
one
locks.
lock had been picked and the other one had been destroyed. All right. gonna head out back this way.
Okay.
This armor might not remember me.
I don't think you ever got in on this side with the.
No, we didn't come back through this
yeah.
side.
Completely.
In Draconic.
Go on.
I was gonna say in Draconic. I was gonna just hail it and acknowledge its existence.
Okay.
And then go to try and get past it.
Okay. Yeah,
Ooh.
you can get past quite easily.
Come in here.
Yep. All right.
The
So
Dragonborn sup, bro.
Basically.
as
Draconic.
you
Stop.
as you make the turning, you see two separate cell blocks, bigger than the cages that you have seen and are somewhat unfortunately used to. But in front of you, there is about 5 foot drop because there's two sets of stairs, one left, one right. Overlooking, you basically see a torture bench.
Oh. Any
There's a couple of limbs knocking
any
around.
participants?
There is
Ah,
one
just
relatively
left over.
dead-ish looking. No signs of any breathing or anything, but he's currently missing a leg, an arm, 3 fingers, and his left eye.
Oh. Interesting. Are any of these tools and weapons and things here still?
Yes.
Come down.
Your
Okay.
players
Take a
to a
peek.
torture chamber. You gotta expect they're gonna ask.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware. Okay. So the two cell blocks, you do go. You actually hear some groaning like sound, coming from within inside the block itself. Go ahead and. In fact, what are you doing at this point?
I was just gonna, without getting too close to the bars, see if I could see through them enough to see what might be on the other side.
Okay, roll ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Let me check and see what my modifier is. Close. Slide over. 17.
Okay. Seems to be very dun in nature, very pale skin, borderline necrotic flesh in places. Doesn't really seem to be paying too much attention to you. It kind of slowly makes its way over
Yeah.
and stops about there and looks at you, head tilted, gormless as anything, and kind of tries to swipe at you. Not maliciously, but more of an inquisitive swipe. Like, let me see what this is.
Like I said, I wasn't getting too close, so I'm not gonna get any closer now that it's kind of like reaching and kind of swinging in the air to see if it can hit anything.
Okay.
It's pale, necrotic. I'm not playing with it.
Okay. Quick question before we continue. Is Ares doing his regular thing of having to go be the Uber, or
Get
did
his
he
brother?
actually
I
head out?
believe so. I believe so.
Thought it was the same his normal thing.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to do the thing with his brother for a little bit, he said.
Okay, cool. All right,
do you
that's where
need me
we'll
to-
that's where we'll leave you for a minute. Prisoner, Oh, hi.
We're over here writing the fanfic that no one's gonna write for us.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I can do it. I just don't know if y'all want me to do it.
Hey, fanfic is fanfic. Just make
We
sure
have
it
to
gets.
be
Just
fans
make
of
sure it gets
ourselves.
to. Just make sure it gets pointed to the email account, which was Ash.
3.5 men dnd@gmail.com.
Again in the comments below. Also, business inquiries to that email as well.
And anything you have for any of the people that are part of the show, we will answer fan mail.
Yes, and the
Absolutely.
messages will be from the person it's from. For even.
You don't know who's going to answer your message.
Wow. Fucking wow.
So careful. No unsolicited dick pics, please.
Yeah, full disclosure, everybody in this campaign has access to that email.
Please send me the
And
dick
we
pics.
have
I
our
have projects to do.
And we have our fill of unsolicited dick pics, so be creative.
I said no unsolicited dick pics. If you
I
ask
just
first,
asked for them.
I said be creative. I get
See?
bored of seeing the same damn thing over and over.
Right? If I
Wow.
wanted to look at the same penis on a regular basis, I'd just look in my pants.
So, prisoner, or re-prisoner, prisoner 2.0. Hi, what are we doing?
I'm singing to myself in my cell. It's bad.
What are we singing or trying to sing?
All by myself.
Even for DMCA takedown.
That was too bad for a DMCA takedown.
And it was less than 6
Yeah.
seconds. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sat cross-legged on one of the corpse pallets.
Lovely.
Yeah, I
Your
mean,
butt is now covered in dead stuff.
so are my feet and my yeah. I was crawling around as a rat in this place. I am
Yep.
unpleasant at the moment.
Mhm. All right.
I'm sat cross-legged, hand on chin, and just watching the barbarian.
All right. So, how long have we been live now? It's about an hour-ish.
Yeah.
An hour and 15. All
Well,
right.
I mean, we've been recording for almost 2 hours, and we fucked about for about a half hour.
Okay, so an hour and a half. Okay, we're going on break. We'll be back.
And I would like to provide some clarification for our listeners / OnlyFans viewers. The degradation that is directed at me is 100% consensual with this group of people, and please do not do it in the comments.
Not long after the whole chit chat with consent, we resume back to our pervy selves. All right, so we are officially back. Welcome back, everybody. So just before the break, we managed to split the party 3-way. It's great. It's absolutely amazing. And now you get to you get to listen to the quote unquote demise of my players. So, Aries, JD, how are we, friend? What's it like being left alone in charge of all the weapons and stuff? Well, their lack of.
I would have to say that I'm still from Genie walking away. I'm still spinning around that staff, just looking at it, spinning it around, seeing what all it does, what it looks like.
Okay. So, you remember Smith, right?
Because I'm right
Yeah, you're
beside
kind
him.
of like, really, really close to him. Yeah, in distance wise. He's He's not looking so hot. He is trembling and breaking out into a cold sweat to the point where the hay itself is sticking to him.
Do I see? Is there still a bucket of water that Genie produced?
Yeah, I mean, there's been lots of water produced. It's 10 gallons a bucket.
Hmm. What I would like to do is just grab. Do I see any cloth around?
Only
Or
what people are wearing, like rags and stuff. Nothing.
is there any part of cloth on my armor that I would be able to just like tear off?
Your armor isn't cloth, it's leather.
So every part of it's leather.
Yep.
Okay.
He
I
begins to almost groan like sounds from in his sleep.
I would like to out of character, what I want to try and do is get like something where I could like put cloth into water, put on forehead. Like if someone's sick. But
Yeah, I know
how?
I know exactly what you're trying to do, but there doesn't really seem to be any cloth around.
Okay. Since he is covered in the hay, I want to like just brush it off of him, like move it so that he's not just like covered in overheating inside or
Okay. So you actually going to touch him?
yes.
I have a question before I do this. Why are you only at max 10 health for a level 2 rogue? I was giving you guys max hit dice per health, like per level. So what's your hit dice?
2.
I don't like that.
I
No,
what is
no,
my
no. So
hit
what?
dice?
So what hit dice do you roll to heal? Is it like a D6, D8?
I got no idea.
Give me a second.
Mine's a D12.
That's because you're a fucking chunky boy.
I don't
I
even
am.
know where to check for that.
It's fine. I can figure this out. Everything that you would need information-wise is in the player's handbook. But luckily for
Not
you,
for Tabaxi. Or no, it's not Tabaxi, it's for a rogue.
yeah, is in the
So I
player's
could
handbook.
look. There's handbook.
I've got you.
Tabaxi,
Page 96 of the player's handbook. It's like I know that page for a reason. Your hit dice is a D8.
Uh-huh. Per
So
level.
I gave you. So you're actually on 18 max health.
Why would it be 18?
Because I rounded it up as an initial starting health, so you weren't in
Okay.
single digits. And the way that you guys are leveling is that I'm giving you your max hit dice per level. So for every time you level up, you get whatever your max roll is on one hit dice.
So every time I level up, I'll get a plus
You'll
8.
get 8.
Okay.
So,
So I'm not looking too sharp then.
you've lost 6 health. You still got more than half.
Hey,
What?
DM,
Hmm.
with that information, that was not how I was told to increase mine. I increased mine by 2. I should have increased mine by 8 with that information.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm gonna fix it.
Yep.
It was 8. I'm gonna change it to 16.
Yep. Actually,
Something
Gene
I
Tea
have.
Leaf every first level I gave you max health of like 10.
Hmm.
So
I
if yours
started.
is
I started with 8.
okay, so your hit dice is
8.
one. Okay, I rounded you up so you two would be on 18.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah,
Thanks,
because
baby.
both you and myself were on 8,
Yes,
but
Ash.
Jess rounded us up to 10.
I have a non-game related question.
Is it a question without context that requires between the numbers 1 and 3?
No, the results of women's suspenders on Amazon is lovely.
Yes, they usually are.
Has anyone ever done that?
Hmm.
I own 3 pairs myself.
Right. No, I didn't just get suspenders. So, okay, that's all. That's all I needed.
So to clarify, you're wanting to check the temperature of Smithy. Okay.
Or no, not check the temperature, but like
Oh,
brush the.
You're basically making physical contact
Mhm.
with somebody who is really sick.
I'm trying to make it so he's not overheating.
I get it. I get it. It's a perfectly nurtured thing to do. You are trying to ease somebody's suffering and make them as comfortable as possible. Enter. Oh, look. There it is. I'm gonna pretend I didn't just see the 3.5 men text channel. All right. So
Good as the DMs between me and Ash right now.
as you are brushing, all right, stop fucking derailing me, god damn it. As you go to brush some of the hay and make him as comfortable as possible, he
Joey.
I want that for Christmas.
I want you to have that for Christmas.
You go, good dress.
I will be. When did that happen?
228.
Thank you.
Oh, black and pink or white and black? I'm thinking black and pink.
The black and pink.
Okay. Please, you two mute up. Thank you. Aries.
Mhm.
As you go and brush the hay and stuff and try and make sure it's comfortable as possible and cool him down, his body suddenly turns necrotic. And his eyes open to reveal a lack of life. And you hear the groans, and he starts to stir and move and catches your eye. Roll for initiative.
I'm sorry, what now?
Aries is rolling for initiative. Are you good, friend?
$14.
Okay. So what do you want to do? You're first. At this point, Spencer wakes up, sees what's going on, kind of freezes.
No, Spencer.
Do I notice anything threatening right off the bat?
No. In fact, go ahead and make a. I think that would be in perception.
22.
Doesn't quite seem like he's gonna strike out, but kind of hard to tell.
Then with that, I'm just gonna. Is Spencer awake as well?
Yeah, Spencer woke up and is frozen with fear.
I'm stuck in between him and Spencer.
Okay. Hi, kitty. I heard the kitties. Was that your panther? The other
One
one.
of the older ones.
Okay. As you step in front of Spencer, what was Smithy is still kind of getting its bearing and isn't quite sure what's going on. And we'll move to move slightly towards you, like half a step. At this point, a few bystanders catch on to what's going on, and one of them screams, "You need to not be there." That is one of them.
Okay, so with that, what do you want me to roll for picking up Spencer using my dash, using my feline agility, and getting the shit out of there?
Spencer isn't really in a position to resist, so he's a 9-year-old child. I'll allow you to pick him up free, but that would be your action. As for your movement, um, where do you want to go?
Uh, I can't. Uh, this is the downside. Can't really see exactly where, but because with my feline agility, and if I'm so wait, if picking up Spencer is my action,
That
can I
means you
still?
have your movement and a bonus action.
But can bonus action be a dash,
Yes.
and then feline agility could be on top of that?
Is feline agility an action? Yep, no worries. We interrupt this broadcast by the sounds of kitties. You were muted. We couldn't hear that.
She wanted one pet and then left.
Aww.
No, that was the oldest cat.
Okay, so you want to the words feline
Use
agility.
feline agility. Uh, if you want to move and then use your action to dash, the speed is still doubled. So I think it's just something I can use, but I
Okay,
have
so
to
it's
not move for a turn for it to
okay.
be reactivated.
Okay. Well, I can tell you now that feline agility won't be needed,
Hmm.
considering
Okay.
your natural speed versus the speed of this. It
Okay.
seems to be very slow in nature.
I would like to move to there.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. You pick up Spencer and you start dashing um towards, and also it would be a great idea if I was to I don't know, say put this on a token layer. There you go.
I
Object
can't
and
see anything.
yeah, no, you can't. Um, when you attempt to move and run, he'll get an attack of opportunity. So he sees you running, and all of a sudden he becomes uh a lot more aware of you as a person, and does a 15 hit.
My AC is 15.
Okay, so it just hits. Um, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel the hand smack you in the back, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a boost to get where you need to be going a little bit quicker. Um, and then now it's obviously his turn. He will follow. It's 5, 10, 15, 20.
I do have one question because
Uh-huh.
my HP was 10, now it's 18. Would my damage, because it was 6, would that stay at 6 or would I go +8 to that.
You would plus the damage that you've already got, so you'd be at 8 total. So instead of having 12, you now have 10 health. Some of one particular teen runs up to you and snatches Spencer and runs in the opposite direction to try and protect a few more a few more people come forward, and they have deadbeat weapons, and they have they will make an attack roll, 2 of which hit, and they deal a total of about 8 damage. They kind of start beating him like a piñata to try and take him down. It is now your turn.
Other than Jeannie's staff, which what sort of weapons do I have on me? Because
That's
I have
something that
staff.
you should be keeping track of.
Okay, then I have none other than my claws. Got it.
So you have 1d4.
Okay.
The fuck did you do with his trident and my fucking
Oh,
staff?
No, he
I
has
forgot the
those,
trident.
but
I totally forgot about the trident. I know I have the staff.
are
What
you
if I, like-
proficient in the trident?
No.
Okay, so you'll be rolling a straight roll to hit, adding absolutely nothing.
Okay. I'm because I am 10 feet
Mhm.
away. I'm gonna take one step closer.
Okay.
Wait, that still what? There.
Yep.
And now I'm going to take the trident and
Okay.
stabby.
So I think the trident has a reach, so you might not need to. Da, 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 da. I could be wrong. Let me just find this information real quick. You know what? There's an easy way to do this. Library. Player's Handbook.
And while they're searching, I will interject with some OnlyFans content. Viewers that potentially paid for whatever the snippet will end up being, red or black, and OnlyFans content.
I'm not gonna snip that out just for the thing, but okay. So yeah, red or black in the comments in the comment section. So basically, you're playing roulette. A trident is a 1d6 or versatile 1d8.
So roll a d6.
No, you'd be rolling to hit, so it'd be a d20. And because you're not proficient, actually, you're proficient in martial weapons.
I'll just say this. I rolled a 20.
Actually, I will say you are. So you rolled a 20. Okay, well, 20 hits regardless. Go ahead and roll one. Are you using it one hand or are you using it two?
I put the spear behind me, or not the spear, the staff behind me, and I'm using 2 hands.
Okay, so that's a 1d8 damage. Go ahead and roll for damage.
That nat 20?
Yes.
Okay, so you automatically deal 16 damage because
Best to call those out, buddy. Nat 20s are a big deal.
yes.
I said I rolled a 20.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, in that case,
Oh.
because he's not adding
There's a-
anything. He's not adding anything to it, so yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
there's a difference though.
I'm sorry.
All right, so
I
you
need the nat.
automatically roll max damage, which is a total of 8. Now go ahead and roll the 1d8. One. Okay, so you do a
So 9.
total of 9 damage to it. So 9 damage. It needs to make a thingamabobber doohickey. Yeah, nope, that survives. So, what would have been the killing blow, as the trident sticks into his stomach, he kind of falls limp a little bit, only to have like a surge of primal kick him awake, and is still on his feet, still standing. The zombie then is going to try and attack you in turn 16 on the dice. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay. He will deal another 3 points of damage to you as you feel his hand just kind of, you hear the connection of skin on fur, like, but a hard, firm slap as you feel the bludgeoning of the blow. The people that have come to your raid will continue to beat on him, and oh, okay. One of them stabs him straight through the throat, and he falls limp. Um, the fight is over, and the two NPCs that came, the two people that came to your aid, um, next time that happens, you need to be on the ball, regardless of who it is. Once they get past that stage of being human, they're not.
Well, what the fuck did happen? Because he was fine, and then he just laid down.
It can happen to anybody at any given time. We're in the abyss. It's a curse, you get. I guess would be the closest thing I could describe to it. You live twice in the abyss.
I turn and look at them, and I ask, "Where's Spencer?"
Spencer is cowering in fear with the teen-looking girl that snatched him and ran. She's kind of protecting him.
I turn and look at the guys, and I say, "Can you two take care of this and get it out of here?"
They nod, and you hear the just squelch as a wooden stake like weapon leaves the throat, and the little bits of blood and gunk and flesh kind of just go over the floor. They lift him up, two at the legs, two at the arms, and instead of throwing him with the rest of the dead bodies, they put him back on the hay bale. He won't be coming back, I don't think. Um, we'll we'll I don't know, have a funeral, I guess. Like, it's kind of hard to do in the abyss. There's not really. We'll have to improvise, but I'm sure we'll think of something. I know he was supposed to help you get out of here, and he would have been proud.
From there, I walk over, and I'm gonna go check on Spencer,
Okay.
make sure
Um,
he's doing okay, and comfort him.
he kind of just wraps himself in your fur and kind of hugs you really, really tight. And asks, "What happened?"
It'll be okay. We're just going to go for a walk right now, okay?
Where to?
You take me.
Uh, he kind of like scratches on the back of you, like in a comfort way. He finds the fur comforting. What?
Have messages reminding myself of something that I thought I didn't have, but I actually did.
Oh. Actually, not all of you got your weapons back in the maze.
No, but I got a knife.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Well, either way, you used a trident and did more damage anyway.
Hmm.
But please keep track of your inventory. So he leads you to he just leads you down the same corridor that was pointed in the direction of with your three comrades.
I don't think we should walk down that way. Why?
I mean,
Why
there's
don't we just?
stuff over here. Like he'll walk in the same direction, but he will. There we go. There's like some stuff that you guys haven't seen, so he'll lead. Like it's not much, but he'll lead you down into this little room where it's relatively tidy, and it's just it's more or less bedding, like sleeping mats and stuff that people have managed to make use of. Um, it's actually quite peaceful over here. The chaos from what just happened, the atmosphere dissipates the further you get. Um, and that's where we'll leave you. Back to, are you good? Are you good? Okay. And we will go back to Orphe and crew.
Okay, Grap, we need to regain our composure.
Have you two
That's
been?
your fault. That is your fault.
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay. So I will switch back over to here.
I'm still singing all by myself in my cage
Okay.
with my hands gripping onto a little extra rope.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn you, until I have some reason to not be doing this, he's gonna poorly sing all by myself in this cage until somebody shuts him up.
After like the 15th verse of this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finally get brave enough to say, do you want to talk about what happened below?
Gets louder.
That's great. I look around the cell. I'm gonna look up. So these are bolted to the floor now,
Yep.
as you said. But previously they were hanging.
Yep.
So I'm gonna look up. Can I see a beam?
You
Support beam?
you see, yeah, you can see the support beam, but it looks to be not really stable in any sense of the word at this point, considering what happened the first time.
Yeah, I'm expecting no less. Just making note.
Okay.
Okay. And I see stool and 2 cages. One's got my barbarian in it. The other one is presumably empty.
Yep.
And the shitter barrel.
Yep.
Okay. Perception check to listen down the hall.
Okay.
I think that's a 15. Let me check. No, it's a 14.
Okay. You do hear the echoes of footsteps and the groans and the screams of what you heard before.
Okay. Hey, listen, buddy. You can keep singing if you can understand what I'm saying, so you can cover my voice. But if you can't understand, we should talk while we can.
Yeah, no, he's when you start talking, he's gonna get quieter.
Okay, good.
Like
Okay.
as soon as you start talking, he's going to lower his volume a little bit.
Okay, so
he recognizes that you're the smart person in the relationship.
I need to check in with you to make sure you know what's about to happen. I'm assuming Beck is going to go tell someone that he's caught you, claim some kind of reward or something so he can get in good with the guards, and maybe find our stuff or find a way. I don't know. He's gonna go do whatever smart boy things he can do. We need to prepare you for a fight, though, buddy, because they're gonna put you in the ring.
I'm always ready for a fight, as he stops singing completely.
I look him right in the eyes.
That to me smells like an insight.
Well, partly. It's more of a, I need to make sure he's paying attention.
That's still an insight.
All right. That is a 15.
Words were never truly spoken.
All right. Well, I'm looking directly in his eyes, and I say, I have a feeling you might not be ready for this one.
Are you meaning to show us all of that in the thing in Discord?
I don't mind. We'll see him soon enough.
Please reiterate the last thing Jeannie said, please.
The last thing Jeannie said was, I have a feeling you're not going to be ready for this one.
A very sad, distant look comes to his eyes. I wasn't ready for the last one.
Just going to change that so you actually can't see what I'm about to do.
I thought I was. But I wasn't.
I kind of gathered that. Listen, I wasn't there, and I didn't see what happened, but I believe you were brave and strong, as strong as you could be. And I'm gonna need you to be that again.
Seemingly easily brushing off the uncertain feeling that seems to be taking over him based on the distant look and the unfocused eyes he has. He reiterates, I'm always ready for a fight.
Okay.
I might not win, but I'm always ready for one.
I believe in you. I believe you can do this.
And then under his breath, he says, there's always someone that needs to be put in their place.
I can catch that with a 17, right?
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna try to not get caught myself. I'm gonna try. Yeah.
I should clarify. It was not in a tone of I'm better than other people. It was in a there are some bad people in the world that need to be put down. In a very self-confident, lawful way.
No, I actually got that.
I wanted to clarify because I'm pretty sure the listeners might not.
No,
you and I can like do the thing and
we can, yeah. That was good. That was good for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna reiterate the plan to him. I'm hanging out with him. I'm gonna do my best to not get caught. Then I'm gonna ask him, would you be okay if I explored just a little bit? I would leave you here. I just want to see who our neighbors are.
Sorry, would you care to repeat that? I was ever so slightly zoned out. I was setting up something.
If you wait a second, or if he's gonna answer, and then I can direct.
Looking down with immense worry in his eyes, he very clearly got his senses back to him. So, as long as you come back.
I'm not planning on leaving you, buddy.
And then he just like nods very.
Okay, so I get up off my cot of death. And I go over to him and I reach up through the bars towards your hands.
He lowers his hands and the rope.
And I pat them because I can't figure out what to do.
He takes your hand and like holds it between his.
Your entire hand is engulfed in two.
Like probably half your arm too. Be careful.
I need this back.
As you said it, he's saying, be careful, and then he lets go.
I'll do my best. Okay, DM, I want to use half hour of my ratdom to literally just roam the hall. I'm not going far. I want to see where the nearest cells are and if they're occupied.
Okay. So, circling around the perimeter once, you know that there are several junctions that head down to different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Once you travel down these, along the right side, the first right turning where you spoke to where you taught our barbaric friend to speak Draconic in the space of 2 seconds. You know that there is 2 cells and what looks to be a device that has a crank and 4 sections of where the fastenings are. You hear growls and moans, very guttural and just raw, primal. The occasional thrashing around and shaking of prison bars. Go ahead and make an investigation check to try and decipher what they are.
14.
You're not quite sure, but you know that they are of humanoid origin. They seem to be paler than what you're accustomed to. I mean, there's pale, and then there is ghost-like pale. These are approaching the ghost-like pale section. They have cuts, abrasions, infected wounds, and don't really seem to have a good posture. They're kind of slouched over or leaning lopsided in one direction or another.
Okay. The room with the crank in it.
Mm-hmm. It's in the same room. So when you actually approach down, you see two sets of stairs, one left, one right, with a
Yeah.
5-foot-ish drop. Yeah, it's yeah. Mm-hmm. What about it?
What else do I see in there?
Table, two stools, and and a barrel.
But it smells dandy.
It smells pretty putrid, but it doesn't smell of the defecation that you have somehow grown accustomed to.
Thank you so much.
Instead, it literally smells like death and decay.
That's just great. It's just
First guesses would be that's where they would put body parts.
Yep, that's where I went to.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm finding half-alive humanoids moaning in agony.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that's probably about the half hour, so I'm gonna head back.
Okay.
and hang out with
Yep.
my barbarian.
Okay. Orphe, you see the shadows of a little rodent-like creature on the wall as it approaches you, flipping back into halfling form.
He's gonna just nod and go back to singing all by myself.
Oh my god.
He's literally him putting himself in a position where he can't do anything is awful for him. It's bad for his mental health. But at the same time, he does understand that he needs to be the one that stays in the cage because he's going to be the one to be fighting something that's going to potentially hurt his new friends.
Yep.
So, I'm going to see if the DM will let me do this. First thing I'm going to do is practice my good berries, which I know don't have healing powers. He doesn't necessarily need them, but do have nutritious powers. So I'm going to... Where's my... I'm going to roll for how many I get and then give him 2/3 of them.
Okay.
This one. Crit 1.
Okay.
So I'm giving him 1.
Yep. For your druidcraft stuff, you only have to, like, when it's something new that you want to craft, that would be when I'd be asking you to roll. And like, if you already crafted it before, then you've crafted
Fine.
it.
This is good berries, though. It determines how many berries. It's between 1 and 8 or 1 and 10.
Okay.
So it just determines how many you craft that time.
Okay.
So I give him the 1 berry in his gigantic paws.
That's adorable and so fucking wholesome.
And
that's
then...
literally Hulk and Ant-Man handing over the sandwich meme.
Yes, it is.
It's a taco, but yes.
The only difference is it's the flipped.
um, and then I'm gonna go back in my mind to when Papa was working and he had cotton in his ears, and I try to druid craft cotton for my ears.
Okay.
So I
Go
can
ahead and
stuff
roll.
my ears.
Just roll a straight up d20.
Be good to me, baby. 14.
Good enough. I literally set the DC at like 5. If you rolled a 1, I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
If I rolled a 1, I get to roll again.
True.
But I create cotton, and I'm so proud of myself. I tear it in half and then sort of twist it and stuff it in my ears and go back and lay it on the cot.
Okay. At this point, you now have a disadvantage on perception rolls involving hearing.
Fair enough. Luckily for me, I'm tucked around the corner, so I'm just watching him, and as long as I keep my eye on him, should be all right.
Okay. A few hours go by, and you start to, in fact, both of you roll a perception check, but Jeannie do it at a disadvantage because this one's hearing based.
What's my perception? Plus
Yup.
0.
Perception is +0, so it's a straight roll.
18.
Okay.
I
Jeannie,
still get my perception bonus with my really shitty roll, right?
what did you roll?
I rolled the 3.
Okay, you
With
still
my
get
disadvantage,
you-
and then
you
I
still
got
get-
2 more on my perception bonus.
Okay, so 5. You don't hear this.
Cool.
Orphe, on the other hand, whilst you're singing all by myself on loop, like a vinyl record stuck, you hear a large guttural roar.
I
And the
slowly
sounds of
stop.
chains being rattled as distant voices are words of encouragement to keep this fucker chained as he is being dragged.
I slowly stop
Okay.
and try to listen.
Okay. What's you have dark vision, correct?
Yes. Dark
Okay.
Vision 60.
Okay. As you look further down the corridor, you see 4 guards at the front. One big, burly looking son of a bitch. And 4 guards at the back, all yanking on chains, trying to keep this thing contained. Go ahead, and are you wanting to try and guess what this thing is?
I would like to perceive it,
Okay.
not investigate it.
Okay. So, yeah, what do you want to perceive about it?
I want to be able to figure out details of it so I can tell my smart friend.
Okay. It's big, it's ugly, it's about twice your size. And it does not look friendly. It has decayed flesh, abrasions, and half a jaw.
I'm going to whisper that description to my smart friend.
Guess what,
I'm not,
Jimmy? You're
I'm
gonna
not
have
gonna
to roll.
respond.
You're gonna have to roll a perception for that with disadvantage.
You.
Not my fault. I decided to put cotton wool in my ears.
It wasn't really great. With my perception bonus, I rolled a 9.
Yeah, no. She's
I'm
showing.
going to wave my hand at her then.
Okay, visually I am watching him, so
Okay. So
I
you
will see that.
okay? Good.
Take the cotton out of my ears.
Okay.
I described the thing.
The thing. Yep. There you go.
Is this coming up our hallway or just passing our hallway?
Just passing.
I gulp and make huge eyes at him.
I do the shruggy
I don't
I
know.
shrug
questioning
back.
shrug.
I shrug back at him. I will knowledge check that though to see if I recognize what he's describing.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Swear to God, this dice is getting grounded. 7.
You have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Absolutely zero clue.
This dice is now officially grounded for the rest of the game. My new, sweet, pretty dice will treat me better. Or it too will get grounded.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you two there for a moment.
Oh goody. Back to Amazon.
Oh, for fuck's sake, please stay at least somewhat focused.
I have been. I've been visually unfocused, but auditorially focused.
Okay. Beck, are we there, friend?
Yes.
Okay. Roll the perception.
Uh, 10.
You also hear these sounds.
All right.
It does sound like it's clear. It's difficult to pinpoint because of the level of echo bouncing.
Right.
But these guttural roars sound pretty wild.
All right. Well, I do believe I've thoroughly explored this, what I believe to be as a torture chamber enough. I'm gonna head back out to the hallway.
Okay. Just across the way between the bars, you see exactly
That.
yeah, you see that. As they drag it, you see 8 guards drag it through through on the right side. Like they make their passage around this way and throw him there. And they turn around and say, on the count of 3, we let go of the chains and run. And on 3 they drop the chains and 4 run one direction, 4 run the other. And across the gap, they slam the door shut, lock it, and then wrap chains around that. Wrap chains around them, and put spiked barricades in the way. Well, this is going to be an interesting fight night. My money's on this guy. That was just a conversation that you heard as 4 guards run in your direction.
I will make busy helping them
Okay.
put the barricades and stuff in place, so that they don't question
Yep.
what I'm doing.
Okay. For the sake of this, I'm going to ask you to make a stealth check, not in the sense of that you're hiding, but in the sense of that you're trying to blend in.
Okay. It's 14.
Okay. Uh, they look a little puzzled at first, and then realize that you're dressed like them, and they don't question it. They just like they hand you things, and you hand things back, and the barricades and the chains and everything, and three separate locks, three separate padlocks are put in place. Yeah, that should that should be strong enough. He says strong enough with a slight um lack of confidence. He then looks at me like, you were the one who brought him in, right? Or is that another guy? You all look the same.
You talking about that thing or the pretty one?
Wait, he was pretty?
I, I mean, compared to that thing,
He chuckles
I
like,
can't think of
yeah,
anything.
fair enough. I see what you mean. Yeah, no, that one, and gestures to the pretty one in like in a list. Yeah, no, not this guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, found him down with slaves.
What the fuck was he doing with the slaves?
I don't know, but as big as he is, I would imagine he could get down that pit without taking too much damage.
Well, you know
He
what they
got out and
say.
we couldn't find him on this floor.
You know what they say. Bigger they are, harder they fall. Um. Yeah. Change of plan, by the way. Uh, the boss wants to watch this now. So if you were to be so kind and drag his ass in here, that'd be. Don't hurt him. Just make sure he's cooperative.
All right, but I don't have the keys to the new locks.
Wait, we had new locks. I wasn't told about this. Um.
It was all brand new cages. I took him back where he escaped from. They're bolted to the ground.
Oh wow. I mean, I have an idea, but it'd be a very unfair fight. Um. He hands you a scroll and says, use this. This should work. Just read what's on the scroll and the lock. We have these in case of an emergency. And this seems to be one of those times. Because fuck if we let the if fuck knows if fuck what's gonna happen to us if the boss finds out that half of us didn't know we had new cages.
Yeah. I didn't even know it until I put him in there.
Oh, wow. Fucking organization in this place is a shambles. If I was to run this place, there'd be so much. It wouldn't be this. This is barbaric, entertaining but barbaric. Yeah, just go get him. So basically, what he gave you
Alright.
was an unlock scroll. It allows you
Okay.
to pick the lock, quote unquote, of one lock. It's a one-time use.
Alright.
Think
I will.
think Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Okay. I will go ahead and start making my way back.
Okay. At this point, you see people, and prisoners, slaves alike, slowly fill around the outside.
I'm in danger.
Yep.
Alright. As I come back in, um,
By the way, Jeannie started when you came down the hall because you were coming in so fast. I didn't get a chance to, investigate. I have a nervous bladder.
Oh no. Okay.
Good. At least it's just you. It's just you. It's fine. Hi. Any updates?
Yeah, they want him now.
Is it, oh, what? Like fighting now?
Yeah.
So Jeannie's putting two and two together against. Oh my god.
Yeah. The new guards don't have keys for the locks though, so they gave me this unlock scroll. Um, I kind of want to save it for later in case I need it.
Okay, well, if he's about to fight, he's not allowed to open this cage because he hurt himself doing it last time. So you're gonna have
I
to use
know.
your freezy freeze. McFreezerson.
The did JD keep the lockpick or does
She kept the lockpick.
Beck have the lockpick? Okay. And I'd already checked the key to make sure that. Well, this seems to be a fairly standard issued item. I could probably get a replacement for it. I will go ahead and use the unlock scroll
Okay.
and pop the cage open.
Yep. You simply mumble the words. It was written in Draconic. And you see the glyphs that were wrote down on the scroll kind of rise from the paper, sink into the padlock, and at first it doesn't appear to have done anything. And then a few seconds later, you hear the click, and the padlock is unlocked.
So
I'm gonna.
friend, do you have any buffs that you can give him? I can give him guidance. That's about as much as I've got right now. Do you have anything we can do to help him out?
I will look. Give me
Blocks a lot of
one
our
sec.
stuff, but a lot of your stuff. You got anything?
That's what I'm checking. I don't remember off the top of my head. That
So
won't do
while
anything.
he's thinking,
Uh-huh.
stroking his draconic beard, I will cast guidance on him,
Okay.
and this will give this gives you a D4 that you can roll to add to the number of any ability check of your choice.
I don't need D4s often. In any of the characters I play.
Congratulations, you're now officially using caltrops.
I mean, I need it for Dragon's Breath when I play my sorcerer, but
Yeah.
Anything?
No, I have absolutely nothing.
Okay. Well, I've got an hour and 15 left on my wild shape. So I'm going to do my best to stick to the shadows. And if necessary, I can try to sneak in rat form, but like that seems stupid dangerous. So I'm gonna
Just
I'm
be
gonna have to
careful.
let you do your thing, and I'm gonna have to stay way back.
Just be careful. Skulking about out there. They're letting slaves and prisoners and they're getting the audience together. Um, there's no telling which among them you would make a snack.
Actually, if everybody's at the fight, I could maybe go look for our stuff.
You could.
Not hearing no's, so you guys go have fun. I might go find our master thief and see if he wants to go thieving.
So Ash the player has problems with that. Orpheus the character is not smart enough to have problems with that.
That's just too bad, ain't it? Alright, so before we go any further, are we doing good for time? Okay. The reason why I ask is because this could be a little bit of a lengthy fight.
How lengthy?
You roll well, could be gone in maybe 5 to 6 rounds of combat.
Okay. And we're guesstimating that to take how many IRL minutes? Because my brain and how I function with fights, I normally tack on like around like is 10 minutes easy.
Well,
so I'm hearing close to an hour or longer.
Well, it's for the time being a one-on-one.
Right. Do you think I'm gonna get demolished and it's gonna be fast?
I don't know because you haven't really been rolling a lot, so I can't judge on what you've been rolling.
But
Ace Angelic. Right?
well, I have spells this time. I didn't have spells last time, so do we want to start
That's why I
combat
was
next
asking.
time as next time as combat? Because I don't have, I am not a good ASMR right now.
No, but you are Aesmer, correct?
Yes, I have Celestial Resistance, Healing Hands, Light Bearer, and Necrotic Shroud.
Okay, and I have Sacred Flame as a cantrip that can potentially be cast by you.
You're, as a guard, going to step into a fight.
No, but I'm going to make sure that I'm not out in the front. It's got a 60 feet range, and if Orpheus strikes it, who's to say that that ASMR blood that's splattering around the combust into flame? It's going to require performance checks and other things, I'm sure.
I
to make
see.
sure that
I
don't
see
get
where he's
caught.
going with this.
But backseat assistance.
I'm hearing this battle might take like an hour.
It's possible. If you want, we can pick it up with it next time. It would be a great way to start it. Because what's going to happen is that during your fight, the fight itself won't be long. It's going to seem that way because we'll be breaking up between people. Because Jeannie wants to go back over to the Master Thief, JD.
Possibly. She said she might.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting to hear from Beck and everybody interrupted. But
Okay.
she's musing out loud.
I mean,
That's where
the
we're at.
opportunity, he's not gonna say no. It's a good idea, and that was what Genie being able to go back and forth in a wild shaped form was going to be a boon to. Is well, hey, they're fixing to have a fight. Now's a really good time for JD to go and do roguish things, and then if she chooses to go with him to help him, so be it. So as far as Beck's concerned, that was the plan.
See, what I'm hearing is the length of time that this is going to take place, because we should do the combat in its entirety and what happens immediately before and after before cutting to other people.
Okay.
Agreed.
Because then we know what the rough timeline is that we have to have them be doing nonsense. Because if
Agreed.
they're off doing nonsense for 9 minutes, but the fight only takes 7 minutes, then we know where that.
Okay.
I'm hearing start next time with this complicated BS out of my own mouth, because I just made way more sense of that in the last 30 seconds than I have this entire last 5 minutes we've been talking about it.
Okay. Well, on that note, I hope you enjoyed the session. We'll see you next week. I've been DFG Jess. This has been 3.5 Men Podcast. Follow all the links in the comments below. Leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet done so. And I'ma see y'all next week. K, love you, bye.
With hopefully different energy.
Yes. Maybe.
You have yourselves a good
No
time, guys.
promises.
Okay, bye.